I was just thinking on how moderation is essential if you want to maximize your enjoyment of life, whether it be productivity, success, work, but most importantly, being there for those that matter. Okay, your family, friends, romantic partner. Moderation is at the heart of all of these things because there are going to be many different philosophies in our lives, and this may be your case where you have many different ideas competing for how to you're going to live your life. Okay, on the one hand, we want to be virtuous, we want to be diligent, we want to be self-restrained, we want to capture discipline, but on the other hand, we also want to be a little bit more free to be who we are, right? And this phrase, being who you are, well, it can do lots of damage, but when you channel it right, it actually um, it actually makes it so that you express yourself as you truly are. Okay, just like Nietzsche said, just like Nietzsche was hinting to, um, self actualization, being who you truly are, regardless of the world around you, right? You need to express yourself just like you want. On the other hand, you also need to restrain those negative impulses because your life can be, well, kind of a mess if you don't balance these different forces. So, as a quick framework, just a very quick model on how you can live your life, I would say that if you encounter someone that you can actually trust, okay, someone that you're sure won't judge you and there's no consequence to them knowing who you truly are, I say that you should always be open and express yourself freely, okay? Of course, and I think we all know this internally, when you're on another more professional setting, perhaps a new situation, you should um, you should be wary of what you do and what you're and how you present yourself to the world, right? It's a new situation, you don't know what's going to happen, so you should be wary of being more virtuous even in that situation. Okay, I also say this because you need a you need a ground, right? You need a base on which to stand, and that is going to be your morality. So just don't get too caught up in being yourself that you forget your values, okay? So if your value is self-restraint and self-discipline, perhaps don't bring it to the party, okay? Because there are moments in life, and we all know it, there are moments in life that require a little bit more delusion, but in the sense that we kind of put all of our worries to the side and just focus on the present moment, okay? Which is something you should always do. But what I'm referring to is that you're actually a little bit more loose in terms of what you're willing to hear, what you're willing to experience, okay? So, whenever you're with people that you actually care about connecting with, lower down your lower down your guard a little bit, um, in relation to how much you trust them. Okay, so where there's high trust, you can be sure that you can be vulnerable enough that you show all of those dark sides, all of those hidden desires, maybe, because you know that no one will judge you. But if you're in a different setting, well, maybe don't be so loose. Okay, so that was just a quick reminder for myself that you should always know the room, okay? Know who you're talking to. If you're talking with your parents, you can't put up this shield of character um, in front of them, right? They're your parents, they know you your whole life. You can't trick them into believing something else, right? And when I say trick, I don't mean that character is shady or tricky. No, I actually mean that character is useful because it allows us to traverse life's difficulties, life's setbacks, life's challenges in a more ideal way. Okay, that's contrary to our nature. So we have this debate of nature or nurture, right? Are great people made or are they born? And this is a discrepancy we find in our modern lives. So, just as a quick tip, as a quick model, whenever you're with someone who you want to be vulnerable with, well, display the side that shows them that you're a human being, right? So maybe lower down your guard and show them who you are in your best and in your worst moments. That simply. And when you're in another setting, well, you can be kind of more controlling towards your impulses and what you think the best thing is. Okay, just be careful with the room you're in, especially when you're trying to celebrate something. Make sure not to bring all of that baggage, all of that safety, right? It's the people that truly love us that make us feel safe just because of who they are. Okay, so never forget that. Always bring yourself, okay, without any additional without any additional values. Okay, just bring yourself just as you are when you want to be with someone for who you are and not for everything else. Okay, professionally, and yeah, that's a quick lesson. Thank you very much. Dun, 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 dun.